Hi, and thank you for allowing us to send you this video. My name is Alex, and I'm going to be showing you a few tips on how, by improving your website, you can get more exposure, outrank your competition, of course, get more patients. So let's start. I have your website down here, and the first thing that I'm noticing is that your domain does not have the security certificate. So that's why you have this warning over here. And this is a very simple fix. Whoever is managing your domain should be able to install that certificate, and this will go away. And this can be a little bit annoying sometimes because if people are trying to browse your website and this pops up, it can scare them away. But no big deal because easy fix, and my recommendation on this would be take care of that as soon as possible. Now, moving forward, um, another thing that I have to strongly recommend is to add more relevant content. When I say content, when I'm mentioning content, I'm not just talking about the images, the icons. I'm talking more about the text that your website has, especially the homepage, because this is where most of the information you wanted to have, because Google loves to see a lot of relevant content. Why is that so important when it comes to text? Because when they start analyzing your website, they have like these little robots start reading through the whole website, and they don't care if it looks good or not. They only care about what you have in here. So very important to understand that content is one of the first things that you need to take into consideration if you want to start ranking. Now, I'm going to be showing you why you're ranking in your local city, but what would you need to start ranking for other keywords based on the same services that you provide in other areas? But in order to for you to start ranking, definitely you need to add more content. And same principle applies to the sub pages. For example, your doctor, the staff, the FAQ, contact us. Um, definitely, content is very important. I cannot stress that enough. But if I go, I use this tool called Ahrefs, and I can see data that's being picked from Google, and we can see that you're being found for 39 keywords, and you have around 300 backlinks. Now, what are backlinks? Backlinks are other sites that are mentioned in your website, and this will give you power so you can be found on Google along with the content that is being picked from your website. So they go hand in hand. But think about this like a popularity contest, right? The more people you can talk about you in a positive way, the more you're gonna become relevant, the more you're gonna stay relevant. Same concept applies here, with the difference that not all links are created equal. So you can have hundreds and dozens, even thousands of backlinks, but if they're not powerful, if they're not relevant, and most important, if they're not targeting the keywords that you would like to be found for, you're not going to see the result that you want. So you can see that even though you have 300 and something backlinks, your rating is not increasing that much. That means that they're not really powerful links. Let's take a look and see the keywords that you're being found for in this case. And Granby Chiropractor, of course, 80 searches a month. If you're ranking number one, you're getting 17 visits straight for that. But this is a little bit of a too general, like it's like a broad keyword because Granby, uh, names like that, cities like that, or towns like that, there's got to be more than one, and not just in Connecticut. So that would be one. But this one over here, you're ranking number one, and there's 40 searches a month. And because you're ranking number one, you're getting 13 straight to your website. And why are you ranking with that little content? Because this difficulty is zero, and that means that there's not too much competition for that keyword. So that's good news for you. So you don't have to do pretty much anything else because you're already ranking for that. But what happens if you want to expand, if you want nearby cities to start, for you to start covering those areas? For example, let's see if we have here, I know Hartford is really close to you, but let's see this one. But Hartford, there's like almost other three states that they have the same city. I think one of them is Iowa, Arkansas, South Dakota. They have cities named Hartford. So this is kind of a tricky because it's not actually pointing to Hartford, Connecticut. So Anyway, you can see that there's 80 searches a month by you on almost on the fifth page, so you're not getting any traffic. Now let's use this as an example, but more focused on Connecticut, of course. Let's go to Google. We type chiropractor Hartford, Connecticut, and the first thing you're gonna see, of course, the map section. And moving on that, then you have the organic results, right? So you can see the number one, you got this Hartford Chiropractic here. Let me see if I pull out this before. Um, let's see, give me 1 second. We have these guys in number one, then we have this Spine by Design ENC in number two, number three over here. So just for your reference, 70% of the people that do a Google search, they only go for the top three here and the organic results here. So very important to understand why, and I'm pretty sure you know this because if you're ranking number one in the city with 40 searches of volume a month and you start seeing results, imagine what can you have if you're ranking this first page over here. Let's take a look and let's see why these guys are ranking number one. What would you need? Very easy, so you can start competing with them, right? Let's take a look and see their website, and you can see that even though they have more content than you do, of course. They have way more content than you do, and that is helping them a lot so they can be ranking number one. And besides that, they have more sub pages. For example, they have about us, all these sub pages on this link, new patient. They have the online forums. It depends on how you want your website to have that approach to your patients. The services, same thing. But this is really it's really up to you how you want to present your practice into the people that is looking for chiropractors in that area. I tend to see that if you have too many things going on here, it can be a little misleading, but it's just preference. And again, you can see that the content that we have here is helping them a lot. Now let's take a look and see why how many keywords are they being found for. So we can see that they're being found for almost actually 1,500 keywords. That's quite a lot. And they have 200 backlinks. So you can see that even though they have 200, it's not that much. So that means that these links are doing just enough with little effort so they can be found on that number one position. Let's take a look and see what's the traffic that they have for that specific. So Chiropractic Hartford, Connecticut, there's 150 searches a month. And because they're ranking number one, they're getting 54 visits straight to their website. And this can be, again, it depends on how you would like to get that approach on the areas that you want your website, you want your website to be appearing to attract more possible patients into your into your practice, if that's the right term that I'm using. But you can see here that's there's a lot of visits to their website. You can take part of that as well. So very easy to understand that if you want to, for that specific area, if you want to compete with them, you have to at least whatever they have here on text content, try to double or triple that, include that keyword. It has to be placed in specific areas of the website. And again, you're not going to be limited to one keyword. We can do a deep research and see what are the keywords you might be interested in targeting and see what's the potential in the search volume and the potential visits or traffic that this can actually, your website can actually get. But other than that, just to wrap things up, content is very number one priority, and then links. If you're using backlinks to power them up, you gotta make sure that they have to be with quality. One of the things that I forgot to mention here, give me 1 second until this loads up. So we saw that you were being found for 39 keywords, and very interesting. Two of them are actually pointing to Canada, one to Malaysia, one to Brazil. That means that the links that you're getting, they're not good quality because you don't want, there's no point for you to be found in, for example, in Malaysia or Brazil And let's see what else you got. Australia got another one, and then only 42 for the United States that actually are being. That's what you will take in consideration because that's your that local country that you're at. So why is this? Because the links that you have are probably not really good quality, or whoever is doing that doesn't really understand how 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 this whole thing about backlinks work. Anyway, um, I really hope you find this information useful. If you have any questions, please let us know. Our information will be attached to the email. And once again, my name is Alex, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.